First song, How Come Me Here? I wanted to start the album with a conversation about mental health because, in general, a lot of black folks feel like therapy is too expensive, which it is, and inaccessible, or that it's something for white people, right? Like, white folks go to pay somebody to listen to their problems. We pray or we just thug it out ourselves. We don't need that help. We can't afford it, and it's just not how our communities work. It's an unfortunate, way of thinking. I understand it's been necessary in the past if we haven't had access to therapy, but I wanted to start with the discussion of this reality of the mental anguish that a lot of black folks and black men often feel, even though we might think that we don't need help, we do. So that's why I chose to start there to kind of set the tone for the album of what's going on in our heads and our hearts. And I was so glad to have stumbled across this old Negro spiritual called How Come Me Here. It was actually a couple years ago where I first heard it. I was performing at an event, some state on the other side of the country, and someone sang it a cappella at the event. And the lyrics struck me because it was the first time that I heard a black church song, a Negro spiritual that dealt with mental health in a way that was so direct. It starts with this pastor named Timothy Fleming singing this song, How Come Me Here? And the lyrics were originally written by slaves. And he sings, Lord, how come me here? Lord, how come me here? They took my freedom from me, Lord. They sold my children, Lord. They sold my children away from me, Lord. I wish I never was born. Sometimes I wish I never was born. Lord, how come me here? And I chose this song to sample on the opening track because I was trying to connect the historical context of black mental anguish to the current black mental anguish that black Americans still endure. And as a person of faith, it gets hard to believe sometimes. And I don't say that just as a particular faith, like as a Christian, but it gets hard to believe in anything as a black person, even if you're not religious. We want to have hope that things can get better, but it's like, how long are we going to be facing these same things? And, most of this album was written last year during the whole George Floyd and this movement and a lot of conversation about race, but a lot of kind of, shallow, I think, allyship and things like that. And I was sick and tired of it, and it was just like, what? Why do I even try? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that way. Sometimes I wish I never was born. And that's it. There's no resolution. There's no solution, at the end of the first song because I didn't feel any. I was just discouraged and upset.